Dear student, today I am going to take how you calculate the standard error of the estimators alpha and beta and coefficient of determinations capital R square, that value is lies 0 to 1. And third thing, how we test the significant or confidence level of estimator alpha and beta. Three things. We have already taken the how you estimate the estimators alpha, beta and their properties. Now see the our today lecture, in which I will take the calculate estimation of standard error and coefficient of determinations, and how you check confidence level of alpha and beta. Thank you. Dear student, I have explained you estimation of parameter alpha, beta for two variables. After estimation, it is necessary we check these estimators are significant or not. I have already told you how you estimate the variance of the estimators. After that, I have taken properties of estimators. Now, standard error of estimators. Standard error of estimator is also necessary for testing. It is defined as the variance of the estimate beta if E is the residual in the model y is equal to alpha plus beta x plus u error term. After differencing, E is equal to y minus y estimated. Generalize I 1, 2, 3 up to n, EI is equal to yi minus y estimated I. Since yi is equal to alpha plus beta xi plus ui, y bar taking mean is equal to alpha plus beta x bar plus u. After differencing, yi minus y bar is equal to beta xi minus x bar plus ui minus u bar. Or yi is equal to beta xi on generalizing in a small form plus ui minus u bar. Yi small xi plus ui. Yi is equal to yi minus y bar small yi. Xi is equal to capital Xi minus x bar. Now obtain the value of y plus ui minus u bar and the accepted value of y. Now, that is estimated yi is equal to beta xi. Hence, the residual ei is equal to yi minus y estimated, or ei is equal to beta minus beta estimated bracket में xi plus ui minus u bar. Squaring both sides, ei whole square. Here two terms, so we applying a plus b square, b minus estimated beta whole square xi whole square plus ui minus u bar whole square plus 2 beta minus estimated beta xi in bracket ei is equal to beta minus estimated beta xi plus ui minus u bar. Ei whole square in bracket b minus estimated beta whole square xi plus ui minus u bar whole square plus 2 beta minus estimated beta xi ui minus u bar. After that, taking acceptation of both sides, ei acceptation beta minus estimated beta whole square sigma xi plus sigma ui u bar whole square plus 2 beta minus estimated beta sigma xi ui minus ur plus bracket close. But we know estimated beta minus estimated beta whole square means variance of beta is equal to sigma u square upon sigma xi whole square, variance of error term. Variance of error term divided by sigma xi whole square, where this is the variance of error term is the variance of the disturbance term. Second, we know we have already calculated on expanding these E acceptation sigma ui whole square is equal to sigma ui whole square plus u bar whole square minus 2u u bar applying a minus b whole square. Acceptation of sigma ui whole square plus n u bar whole square minus 2n u square on subtracting, since sigma ui is equal to n u bar e sigma ui minus u bar whole square is equal to e sigma ui whole square minus n u whole square is equal to e sigma ui whole square minus n in bracket sigma ui whole square upon n. On expanding acceptation sigma ui u bar whole square is now become e sigma ui whole square minus 1 upon n. On expanding that un u2 plus u3 un divided by n, and this will become sigma ui whole square minus 1 upon n. On squaring them, un square, u2 square, u3 square, sigma ui square, and combination of 2 into multiplied by 2 plus 2 sigma e u minus u bar whole square sigma ui 1 upon un u plus u2 u3 whole square. First square of un u1 square plus u2 square u3 sigma become sigma in summation from ui square, combination of 2 into 2 sigma I not equal to j a ui uj. But by our assumption e ui uj variance of error term if I equal to j and equal to 0, if not I not equal to j. Applying that, our e sigma ui minus u bar whole square equal to n variance of error term minus 1 upon n in bracket n variance whole square is equal to n variance of error term minus variance of error term. E sigma ui minus u bar whole square is equal to in bracket taking common variance of error term n minus 1 variance of error term. Third part e b minus, here third part is this one. On expanding acceptation of beta minus estimated beta sigma xi in bracket ui minus u bar, we know y is equal to beta xi plus in bracket ui minus u bar, ui minus u bar is equal to yi beta small xi, sigma xi in bracket ui minus u bar is equal to sigma xi yi minus beta xi whole square. But we know estimated beta is equal to sigma xi small yi upon sigma xi whole square, since sigma xi yi is equal to estimated beta sigma xi whole square. So in the place of sigma xi we put these values, and this will become sigma ui u bar equal to estimated beta sigma xi minus beta sigma xi whole square. Taking common small sigma xi whole square, it will become estimated beta minus beta bracket sigma xi whole square. Now we have explained आगे E beta estimated beta sigma xi ui minus u bar is equal to E beta minus estimated beta minus beta sigma xi whole square. On multiplying, we'll get beta and beta, and here also beta and beta, this eliminated. Rest is minus E estimated beta minus minus become plus estimated beta here minus beta whole square sigma xi whole square. But we know accepting estimated beta minus beta whole square variance, that is variance of beta, is sigma variance error term sigma xi whole square. Hence LS side is become putting the value of these variance will get xi eliminated from this and only minus variance error term. Substituting all these values in equation first. Here. Now we'll get final value sigma ei square is equal to variance of error term whole square n minus 1 variance of error term minus variance 2 variance of error term. On simplifying minus 2 and minus 2, this will become n minus 2 error term this square on subtracting this one. Sigma ei is equal to now become n minus 2 whole square variance of error term sigma ei square n minus 2 s square. Hence variance of beta is equal to variance of sample square estimated beta, variance of error term s square estimated beta is equal to standard s square upon sigma xi whole square. Hence s square estimated beta is equal to variance of beta sigma ei n minus 2 sigma xi or standard error of estimated beta under root square after taking square root sigma ei square n minus 2 xi whole square, where standard error beta is known as standard error of beta and is known as standard error of beta. Now, goodness of R square coefficient of determination, in estimation of goodness of fit R square coefficient of determination. Capital Y is equal to alpha plus beta xi ui. For ith observation, ei is equal to yi minus estimated yi. Ei is equal to yi minus y estimated, where capital yi is equal to capital yi minus y bar, estimated yi is equal to y x bar are putting ei yi minus estimated beta xi, since yi is equal to beta xi or estimated yi is equal to estimated beta xi. Ei whole square yi estimated beta whole square xi minus on squaring 2 estimated beta xi yi. Sigma ei square is equal to, taking summation form, sigma yi square plus estimated beta whole square sigma xi whole square minus 2 estimated beta sigma xi yi. Sigma ei whole square sigma yi plus estimated beta sigma xi minus 2 estimated beta sigma xi yi. But estimated beta is equal to sigma xi yi divided by xi whole square. Sigma xi y is equal to estimated beta sigma xi. Putting these values of sigma xi yi in this equation, sigma ei square become sigma yi square plus beta square sigma xi whole square. Putting these value in place of here, minus 2 estimated beta whole square sigma xi squares. On subtracting from that, we'll get sigma ei whole square is equal to sigma yi whole square minus estimated beta sigma xi whole square. Sigma yi whole square is equal to estimated beta sigma xi whole square plus sigma ei whole square. Here beta is estimated beta whole square sigma square explains sum squares of variation. Sigma yi square is equal to total sum of square or variation. Estimated beta whole square sigma xi explains sum of square of the variation. Sigma ei whole square is equal to unexplained sum of square or variation. Capital R square is equal to variation explained, variation required to explain. Variation required to explain is equal to explained sum of squares upon total sum of squares. R square is equal to estimated beta whole square sigma xi. Because variation explained is here, estimated beta xi explained sum of square, and sigma y square total sum of square. This is the formula for square. On putting the value of estimated beta whole square sigma xi, sigma yi square minus sigma ei square upon sigma yi square. On putting these values from here, because sigma ei square is equal to sigma yi square beta xy. On shifting this one, we will get estimated beta sigma xi is equal to sigma y square minus sigma ei whole square. Putting this value in place of estimated beta whole square sigma xi upon sigma y square, sigma yi square minus sigma ei square upon sigma yi square. Eliminated sigma yi square, this will become 1 minus sigma ei whole square sigma yi square. If the value of if the fit the perfect, then ei is equal to 0. Sigma residual means observed and accepted value. Difference of sum of residual is 0. It means sigma ei is also 0. This is when then r square is equal to 1. It is a perfect value. Perfect value. If the regression line is horizontal, beta or estimated beta slope is 0, then r square is equal to 0. Usually the value of r square lies between 0 and 1. If we say that r square is equal to 0.9, it means that model is 90% true. Model is 90% true. Value of r square coefficient of determination is lies between 0 to 1. Don't be confused. R square is coefficient of determinants, small r is correlation coefficient. Value of correlation coefficient is -1 to +1, and coefficient value of R square is lies 0 to 1. For testing confidence interval, hence the calculate T statistics by the following formula. T is equal to estimated beta minus beta underwood variance beta at n minus 2 degree of freedom, means number of observation is 10, then we can say degree of freedom is 8. For testing confidence level alpha, T is value estimated alpha minus alpha underwood variance alpha at n minus 1 degree of freedom. If the confidence interval under the null hypothesis, estimated beta is equal to beta, hypothesis is accepted hypothesis is accepted if at 5% is more than the calculated value, we can say T value mod T value is less than table value of T value 0.5 is less than T value of 0. At 5% level minus T value 0.05 lies estimated beta minus beta variance beta lies between these values. Beta will be between estimated beta plus minus a stable value underwood variance beta. Similarly, we also check the confidence level of estimate alpha, estimated alpha plus minus table value at 5% variance of alpha. The test T is calculated above can be applied for testing hypothesis. Estimated beta equal to beta and estimated alpha is equal to observed alpha. We accepted null hypothesis T mod T less than equal to 5% at 5% level of significance. Testing linearity. If you want to test the intensity of y with respect to x, then set up the following hypothesis. Null hypothesis beta is equal to 0 and calculate the D statistics T estimated beta underwood variance beta at n minus 2 degree of freedom. And similarly T statistics alpha estimated alpha of variance of alpha. This way we can check the confidence level of estimator alpha and beta. Today we have taken how we calculate the standard error of beta and how we calculate the R square. The value of R square lies 0 to 1, capital R square. This is called coefficient of determination, and coefficient of correlation is different. If value of R is 0.9, it indicates our model is 90% correct. Thank you.